Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will discuss the role of the logistics. This is under the syllabus of the global logistics and the warehousing management. Worldwide, this word course is taught, and this is an important topic for the global logistics and the warehousing management. The role of the logistics, the importance of the logistics system lies in the fact that it leads to the ultimate consumption of the sales contract. The buyer is not interested in the promises of the seller that can be supply good at competitive prices, but they are actually does so. Delivery according to the contract is essential to fulfilling the commercial and legal requirement. In the event of the failure to comply with the stipulated supply of the period, the seller may not only get his sale amount back but may also be legally penalized. If the sales contract so specify, there is no doubt that better delivery schedule is a good promotional strategy. When buyers are reluctant to invest in the warehousing and keeping higher level of the inventory. Similarly, better and or timely delivery helps in getting repeat orders through the creation of the goodwill for the supplier. Thus, as effective logistics system contributes immensely to the achievement of the business and marketing objectives of a firm. It creates time and place utility in the products and thereby helps in maximizing the value satisfaction to the customers. By ensuring quick delivery in the minimum time and cost, it relieves the customers of holding excess inventory. It also brings down the cost of the carrying inventory, material handling, transportation, and other related activity of distribution. In nutshell, an efficient system of the physical distribution logistics has a greater potential for improving customer service and reducing cost. Logistics had gained importance due to the following trends: rise in the transportation costs, production efficiency is reaching a peak, fundamental change in inventory philosophy, product line profile rated, computer technology, increased use of computers, increased public concern of product, growth of the several new large retail chains or mass merchandise with large demands and very sophisticated logistics services by the bypass traditional channels and distributions, reduction in the economic regulation, growing power of the retailers, globalization. As a result of these developments, the decision maker has a number of choices to work out the most ideal marketing logistics system. Essentially, this system implies that the people at all levels of the management think and act in terms of the integrated capability and adoption of a total approach to achieve predetermined logistics objectives. With the advancement of the new technology, managers can now update sales and inventory planning faster and more frequently, and factories can respond with more flexibility to volatile market conditions. Product life cycles are contracting. Companies that have gone all out of the slash cost by turning to a large scale batch production regularly find themselves saddled with obsolete stocks and are unable to keep pace with the computers' new product introductions. Product lines are proliferating. More and more product line variety is needed to satisfy the growing range of the customer tastes and the requirement. And stock levels in both field and factory inevitably rise. The balance of power in distribution chain is shifting from the manufacturer to the trader. Objective of the logistics. The general objective of the logistics can be summarized as cost reduction, capital reduction, service improvement. The specific objective of an ideal logistics system is to ensure the flow of the supplier to the buyer. The right product, the right quantity and assortment, right places, right time, right cost, and price, right condition. This implies that a firm will aim at having a logistics system which maximizes the customer service and minimizes the distribution cost. However, one can approximate the reality by defining the objective of the logistics system as achieving a desired level of the customer service, the degree of the delivery support given by the seller to the buyer. Thus, logistic management starts with as a containing customer need till its fulfillment through the product supply, and during this process of the supply, it considers all aspects of the performance, which include arranging the inputs, manufacturing the goods, and the physical distribution of the products. However, there are some definite objectives to be achieved through a proper logistic system. This can be described as follows. Number one, improving the customer service. As we know, the marketing concept assumes that the sure way to maximize profit in the long run is through maximizing the customer satisfaction. As such, an important objective of all marketing efforts, including the physical distribution activity, is to improve the customer service. An efficient management of the physical distribution can help in improving the level of the customer service by developing an effective system of the warehousing, quick and economic transportation, all minimum optimum of the level of the inventory. But as discussed earlier, the level of the service directly affects the cost of the physical distribution. Therefore, while deciding the level of the service, a careful analysis of the customer wants and the policy of the competitors is necessary. The customers may be interested in the several things like timely delivery, careful handling of the merchandise, reliability of the inventory, economy in operation, and so on. However, the relative importance of these factors in the minds of the customer may vary. Hence, an effort should be made to ascertain whether they value timely delivery or economy in transportation, and so on. When the relative weights are known, an analysis of what the competitors are offering in this regard should also be made. This, together with an estimate about the cost of providing a particular level of customer service, would help in deciding the level of the customer service. Rapid response. Rapid response is concerned with a firm's ability to satisfy customer service requirement in a timely manner. Information technology has increased the capability to postpone logistical operation to the latest possible time and then accomplish rapid delivery of the required inventory. The result in estimation of the excessive inventory traditionally stocked in anticipation of the customer requirement. Rapid response capability shifts operational emphasis from an anticipatory posture based on forecasting and inventory stocking to the responding to the customer requirement on a shipment to the shipment basis. Because inventory is typically not moved in a time-based system until the customer requirements are known and performance is committed, lead tolerance exists for the operational deficiency. Reduce total distribution cost. Another most commonly stated objective is to minimize the cost of the physical distribution of the products. As explained earlier, the cost of the physical distribution consists of the various elements such as transportation, warehousing, and inventory maintenance. And reduction in the cost of one element may result in an increase in the cost of the other element. Thus, the objective of the firm should be to reduce the total cost of distribution and not just the cost incurred on any one element. For this purpose, the total cost of the alternative distribution system should be analyzed, that the one which has the minimum total distribution cost should be selected. Generating additional sales. Another important objective of the physical distribution logistics system in a firm is to generate additional sales. A firm can attract additional customers by offering better service at the lowest price. For example, by decentralizing its warehousing operation or by using economic efficient modes of transportation, a firm can achieve larger market share. Also, by avoiding the out of stock situation, the loss of the loyal customer can be arrested. Creating time and the place utility. The logical system also aims at creating time and place utility to the products. Unless the products are physically moved from the place of their origin to the place where they are required for the consumption, they don't serve any purpose to the users. Similarly, the products have to be made available at the time they are needed for consumption. Both these purposes can be achieved by increasing the number of the warehouses located at place from where the goods can be delivered quickly. and where sufficient stocks are maintained so as to meet the emergency demands of the customers. Moreover, a quicker mode of the transport should be selected for to move the products from one place to another in the shortest possible time. Thus, time and place utility can be created in the products through an efficient system of the physical distribution. Price stabilization. Logistics also aim at achieving stabilization in the prices of the products. It can be achieving by regulating the flow of the product to the market through a judicious use of the available transport facility and compatible warehouse operation. For example, in the case of the industry such as a cotton textile, there are heavy fluctuations in the supply of the raw material. In such cases, if the market forces are allowed to operate freely, the raw material would be very cheap during the harvesting season and the very dear during the season. By stocking the raw material during the period of the excess supply harvest season and made available during the periods of the short supply, the prices can be stabilized. Quality improvement. The long-term objective of the logistics system is to see continuously quality improvement. Total quality management has become a major commitment throughout all facets of the industry. Overall commitment of the TQM is one of the major forces contributing to the logistical renaissance. If a product becomes defective or if service promises are not kept, little if any value is added by the logistics. Logistic costs once expanded cannot be reversed. In fact, when quality fails, the logistic performance typically needs to be reversed and then repeated. Logistic itself must perform to demanding quality standards. The management challenge of achieving zero defect logistic performance is magnified by the fact that the logistic operations typically must be performed across a vast geographical area at all times of the day and night. The quality challenge is magnified by the fact that the most logistical work is performed out of a supervisor vision. Reworking a customer's order as a result of the incorrect shipment or in transit damage is far more costly than performing it right the first time. Logistics is a prime part of the developing and maintaining continuous TQM improvement. Life cycle support. A good logistic system helps to support the life cycle. Few items are sold without some guarantee that the product will perform as advertised over a specified period. In some situations, the normal value added inventory flow towards the customer must be reversed. Product recall is a critical competency resulting from increasingly rigid quality standards. Product expiration dating the responsibility for hazardous consequences. Return logistic requirement also result from the increasing number of law prohibiting the disposal and encouraging recycling of the beverage containers and the packaging material. The most significant aspect of the reversal logistic operation is the need for the maximum control when a potential health liability exists as a contaminated product. In this sense, a recall program is similar to a strategy of the maximum customer service that must be executed regardless of the cost. Firestone classical response to the tire crisis is an example of the turning adversity into the advantage. The operational requirement of the reverse logistics range from the lowest total cost, such as the returning bottles for recycling, to maximum performance solutions for critical results. The important point is that the sound logistics strategy cannot be formulated without careful review of the reverse logistic requirement. Movement consolidation. As the logistic system aim at the cost reduction through integration, consolidation, one of the most significant logistic cost is the transportation. Transportation cost is directly related to the type of the product, size of the shipment, and distance. Many logistic systems that feature premium service depend on the high speed, small shipment transportation. Premium transportation is typically high cost. To reduce the transportation cost, it is desirable to achieve movement consolidation. As a general rule, the larger the overall shipment and longer the distance it is transported, the lower the transportation cost per unit. This requires innovative program to group small shipment for consolidated movement. Such program must be facilitated by working arrangements that transaction the overall supply chain. Scope of the logistics. The department of interest in the logistics after industrial revolution and World War II contributed to the growth in the scope of the logistic activity. The following area of the major scope of the logistics: demand forecasting, distribution communication, inventory control, material handling, order processing, part and service support, plant and warehouse site selection, procurement, packaging, salvage and scrap disposal, traffic and transportation, warehousing and storage, time and place utility, efficient movement to the customer, return goods handling, customer service.